Hi everybody, welcome back to Lunch Attack for a very special Wednesday edition. Happy Wednesday, my dudes.
Happy Wednesday.
We're going to start off
What's
with...
up, Wednesday?
What's up? We're going to start off with a quick prayer, and we're going to jump right into it. Thank you, God, for blessing us with the space and the equipment and time and the people to run this. Thank you for everybody in the chat. I pray for this meal and that you bless it to our bodies, and then we can have a fun time with Lunch Attack today. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. So,
I'm hungry.
as per usual, what do we have? I'm going to ask the chef. What do we have on the menu today?
Well, Benson and I tag teamed making a teriyaki beef stir fry. So we got some nice vegetables and some rice noodles, I think. Rice noodles?
Rice noodles?
Yeah, rice noodles, and some beef.
That's awesome. For
Yeah.
all the people out there that say I don't eat vegetables, what do you have to say about this?
Oh, he's gonna spit it back out. It's gonna be nasty.
Oh! Anyway, thanks for joining us today. We are talking about our all-time favorite action movies. I love action movies.
I love action movies.
I love dumb action movies where there's no plot,
That's funny.
and a bunch of explosions, and it's all just eye candy. Like there's no substance.
Yeah.
But some action movies really do have a good plot. They do have a good story behind them, and they might be harder to find. But I'm gonna start us off. If that's okay. With one from when I was a kid. It came out in 1997, and this is one of those when you're a kid and you watch a movie. Yeah, right.
Holes.
When you watch a movie like
holes?
5 times a week.
It's holes.
My
It's
first
holes.
one. Men in Black.
Holes. Oh, okay.
Men in Black. One. Will Smith.
Yeah.
Tommy Lee Jones.
Nice.
Yeah, it's essentially about a guy who he works for the NYPD, and he kind of gets recruited, and then he ends up essentially protecting the Earth from aliens. It's like the Men in Black are sort of like a secret kind of team that fights off aliens and protects the Earth.
Yeah.
And it's funny because that came out in '97 when I was 3, maybe, and then in 2012, the third one came out. It was like a trilogy, and you should really watch all 3 because the third one loops it back.
Comes full circle. Yeah, it's like the circle of life.
And exactly,
Yeah.
and you can and it explains why Will Smith's character, named Jay, became part of it.
Agent
to
J.
So
Very
Men in
cool.
Black for me. I that would be my number 1.
Can I tell you a funny story that peripherally involves Men in Black?
Yes, please.
Okay. So, one of mine, I guess, would be the Mission Impossible movies. So that's where it starts. It all begins with the fact that I watched the first Mission Impossible movie and loved it and was really dying to see the second one. So I went out to the video store at the mall and I picked it up and I found like this pack that had like 2 and 3. And I was so stoked. I was like, okay, awesome. Now I have like 2 and 3 and we're ready to go. And I opened up the case and the Blu-ray had like this like alien face on it. And I was like, oh, that's kind of strange. I don't remember there being aliens in the first Mission Impossible movie. But anyways, I like pressed on, put it in the DVD player. It wasn't until like 5 minutes in that I realized that I had actually picked up Men in Black instead of Mission Impossible.
That's funny.
I picked up Men in Black
Wow.
2 and 3 instead of
Nice.
Mission Impossible 2 and 3. And I was so disappointed.
Oh no.
I was like, I didn't want to watch this alien movie. I
What is this alien movie that
I was
only Jesse would
expecting-
like?
Yeah.
I'm joking.
No, I'm
It's a great
sure,
movie. No, Men in
I'm
Black's
sure
great.
it's good in its
No,
own
it's great.
right.
It's
It
great.
was just not at all what I was expecting.
I can see how you made that mistake though, because you're looking at
MI.
Exactly.
MI.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, here we go.
Here we
And
go.
It wasn't until I was 5 minutes in that I was like,
Yeah.
this doesn't sound like it's actually the second movie.
For sure.
Like, that I was expecting.
Yeah.
Even after, like, opening the case and seeing, like, an alien on the Blu-ray, I was like,
That's weird.
well, that's
Yeah,
kind of
for sure.
strange, but okay.
That's good.
Yeah, it was
Oyster Ringer saying, what's good, y'all? And
Okay.
Lane McMullen, Tom Cruise came to Ghana to film Mission Impossible 3, and he had the hotel build a helipad next to his suite.
Oh my God.
What?
Wow.
That's
Wow.
wild.
That's a cool fun
He's
fact.
got the big bucks though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
totally.
living an action movie.
Yeah.
So
So imagine expecting to see Tom Cruise and then.
because he didn't
don't.
want to sit in traffic. Wow.
Sure.
Hey man.
Yeah.
Dude, have you
Yeah.
seen the
Here.
new not Mission Impossible, the new Men in Black?
No. Once like Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones weren't in it, I was like,
Oh, you were like out.
Uh,
I'm a purist. People at
Uh,
home. I'm a purist. So
Purist?
Curious
Nice.
with your craft dinner.
yeah, exactly.
Curious with your movies.
Yeah.
With my movies.
Gotcha. Yeah, that was funny. So I don't know if I've recovered to date, like to the point of being willing to see Men in Black yet. Maybe
still,
I should.
still working up
It's
your.
totally not the movie's fault. It was just my own expectations,
Yeah.
my own mistake
Yeah.
going
No.
into it.
You
Mission
should watch Men in
Impossible.
Black. Men in Black's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great first pick.
Yeah. That's a great classic action movie. Tom Cruise, like, you know, all the things of action movie, and he does. I'm pretty sure that he did all of his own stunts too.
Mhm.
That's what I've heard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
Well, no wonder he needs his own helipad then, because
Yeah.
the guy's like tired at the end of the day
Yeah.
Yeah.
and hurting. He should be able to just like fly back home.
There's a really cool action movie actually that Tom Cruise did called there's a couple names for it, but really it's called Edge of Tomorrow. It's like
I've
a
heard of that.
sci-fi action movie.
Yeah.
So a really cool premise. There's like these aliens are invading the Earth,
Mhm.
and Tom Cruise is this guy that I forgot why, but they send. He either has the genes or something, but they're able to send him back in time, like an hour or two. And basically, anytime he dies, they send him back in time.
Mm-hmm.
So they're actually trying to figure out what the aliens are doing, but only but no one knows he can go back in time. So it's kind of like Groundhog Day. But eventually, he like kind of knows where let's say there's like there's like 5 aliens behind his door, right? So then eventually he like knows, and he has to kind of try and figure out this whole alien conspiracy thing that's going on, like this whole mystery as to what they're doing and how to stop it and how to fight these aliens, because they actually don't really know. And then Emily Blunt is actually like this like super strong like commander figure. Oh, and they also use like big mech suits type thing. Like, so it's pretty cool. Yeah, Edge of Tomorrow.
Can he go back in time like more than once, or just
Yeah, so he keeps going back in time every
like
time
for
he dies.
5 minutes or something?
Yeah, or
Okay,
like an
okay.
hour or something.
Oh,
That's
okay.
awesome.
Oh, that's that's
Yeah,
really
it's pretty
cool.
neat. Yeah.
It's
So he
kinda
kind of like gets better, right, at like fighting,
Mhm.
and he gets better at like fighting the aliens and knowing where they are.
That's like me in video games. when I replay encounters.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. Thank you for checkpoints. Those
Indeed.
valuable checkpoints.
Yeah.
Indeed. Can learn some things along the way.
So do you have a first pick that comes to mind, Benson, of all-time favorite action movie for yourself?
Oh, you caught me in the middle of chewing.
Uh-oh.
There'll be some comments in chat here, Shirley.
Sorry? Yeah, for sure. Hannah Silver is saying Emily Blunt is a boss.
Woo!
Yes.
Here, here.
Yeah, and Nurse Ringer, my pick is The Incredible Hulk. It is a superhero movie, but it's an action movie I can watch anytime. Are you talking about the one with what's his name? Oh man, who
Edward
was
Norton?
Incredible Hulk before?
Edward
Edward
Norton?
Norton. Yeah. I've been reading a lot about that.
Really?
Yeah, because the reason why Edward Norton didn't continue the role as Incredible Hulk was apparently because he wanted to take a lot of liberties in the script
I see.
and write the script himself.
Okay.
And Marvel was just not having it.
Yeah.
It
That's
wasn't even
interesting.
like a matter of like money. It was
Yeah.
just like
Wow.
He didn't
There's
want to play the
disagreement.
character in a certain way.
yeah. It just apparently he's kind of hard to work with. Yeah, from what
Not
what
unlike
people
the
are
Incredible
saying.
Hulk himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. I think my first choice for action movie, also like my favorite movie when I was a kid, is probably The Matrix.
Ooh.
The Matrix 1. I think Katie and I actually recently watched it like
Yeah.
a couple months ago, and it's still so good, dude. It's still so crazy.
Oh,
The
classic.
world's so crazy, but also the action scenes are so crazy. There's so many notable action scenes. Like the one in like the dojo where he fights Morpheus. He's like, I know kung fu, right? Or like in the train station, there's a part where he fights like the agents, like Agent Smith, and it's like just a really cool action movie with like car chases and kung fu and like lots of gunplay and explosions and things like that. Just make like high tense situations. it's just epic, right? It's just epic. Yeah, I love The Matrix. The Matrix is really good.
Keanu Reeves is really great in action.
Oh, I love
movies.
Keanu Reeves so much.
Because he's so deadpan.
Yeah.
And it just makes them even more intense.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm pretty sure they filmed some of that in Toronto. I heard.
Probably.
They
That's
filmed
cool.
some of The Matrix in Toronto.
That's
Yeah.
very cool.
Yeah.
Did they actually?
Yeah. I
Wow,
was
that's
told,
yeah. I didn't know that. That's awesome.
That's really neat.
They too are coming out with The Matrix 4.
They are?
But it's the
What?
original. It's the OG cast. It's Keanu.
Matrix
Keanu's
4.
back. Carrie Ann Moss, who plays Trinity, is back.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I'm
Matrix
pretty
4.
sure people are gonna watch it just for Keanu.
Yeah,
No,
you,
for
you
sure.
can't do Matrix without Keanu.
Yeah.
Do you know when that's coming out?
They were filming it,
Oh.
and then
I
COVID
suppose
hit,
everything's
and then it stopped.
everything's kind of uncertain right now. That's fair.
Yeah. Versus Ringer says Matrix and Men in Black are very strong picks.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Nice.
Yeah. No, Men in Black and Matrix are definitely solid. Yeah. Oh, Matrix! I kind of want to check out Matrix again. There's I used to watch. I remember watching like an animated Matrix.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
had that.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was really cool.
But like
actually.
Matrix has, I think one of the beautiful things about it is it's aged well.
Yep.
Like watching it like a couple months back, it's still like obviously there's certain like cinematic technique and stuff that like technology has come a long way.
Yeah.
But it's actually like still so well shot and like directed, and the script is good, and the action scenes are good. Like
For sure.
yeah.
What about you, man? Do you have a go-to?
My favorite action movie is
Yeah.
an action movie that you guys have been avoiding for the longest time.
Avoid
The
it.
first, yeah.
Oh,
I've been
wow.
trying to get you guys to watch this
Uh-oh.
because it's phenomenal and it's great and everyone should watch it. It's 3 hours long.
3 hours long.
Yeah,
That's
do you-
probably why we've been avoiding
Is it
Yeah.
the Lord of the Rings?
Yeah. No, it's not Lord of the Rings.
Hey.
It's Seven Samurai.
All right. What do you like about this movie? Explain the premise.
It's great. Okay. So it's there's this little village, right? And in this little village, they get I guess invaded by bandits, and the bandits are like, we're gonna come back once you guys finish your harvest, and you guys are just gonna take everything. We're gonna take everything.
That's like a Bug's Life,
Yeah. It's basically a Bug's Life.
but
It's Seven Samurai. No, it is.
I'm
It's
just
a
like
Bu- a
making
Bug's-
the
A
connection
Bug's
here for you.
Yeah, no, A Bug's Life is inspired by Seven Samurai.
Oh, you're kidding.
No, yeah.
I was gonna say
Yeah,
which came
yeah.
first. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Wow.
Yeah, Severin
Cool.
Samurai is like a black and white movie.
Yes.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's a black and white movie.
Came out like
It's
the
3
50s.
hours long.
Okay,
Yeah, but
okay.
what's great about it is the action scenes are very stylish, right? And it's very quick. You know, like kind of like a traditional like samurai fight, where it's like they're standing, like quietly, right, and then they draw their sword, and then if you blink, you miss it. Yeah, Ursula saying Seven Samurai is so good. It's so good, and the characters are so well done, right? It's funny because like everything is in black and white, right? And you know, at first you're just like, oh, like it's hard to kind of tell who's who. But then once you
Right.
get to know their characters, you're like, oh man, I love every single one of them, and now I can like see who they are, right? And it's great.
Was that kind of like BTS?
What?
The world popular famous K-pop group BTS.
Yes, yeah.
What do you
At
mean?
first you can't really tell
BTS
who's
is actually
who.
Seven Samurai.
As
Yeah.
you get to know
Yeah,
them.
BTS
And
is
a Bug's
You're like,
Life.
I love all of them.
My Seven Samurai.
And Bug's Life.
Yeah, and Bug's Life.
I'm
yeah,
out.
Bug's Life. Yeah.
I'm
I
out.
just went there, bro. I just went there. You didn't see that curveball coming.
No, I
did
didn't. I did not see that curveball right there. Yeah.
Ian
Yeah.
Ian McMullen says, Katie, did you come down to Mulberry Street, Hamilton, with Ashley and I when they were filming RoboCop? We were dog sitting Sierra.
I don't know if I did
RoboCop?
actually.
Like
Mhm.
the old one, like from
No way.
No, the new
the
one.
new one.
It would
That's
be a new
awesome.
one.
Yeah.
But they were because they were filming in Hamilton while I lived there, so that's like
Wow.
last 10 years. I
Yeah, it
don't
was one that
remember.
came out a few years ago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not actually sure if I did because, like, I remember going down for a music video, but I don't think I was actually downtown for that. That's really cool. That might have been when you guys lived together on John Street before I was part of it.
Oh.
That's epic.
Yeah. I'm trying to.
Hi, Ian, by the way.
Hello.
My buddy Ian from Hamilton.
Nice.
Woo!
I got another one for you. This will probably be. This is another one growing up that I really enjoyed. And it's Jurassic Park.
Yes.
Jurassic Park. And I loved all three. I think the third one came out in early 2000s. But I really enjoyed the concept of it, and I love dinosaurs, and I loved the main guy, Alan, like the main like one of the main, scientists. And I just remember I was pretty young when the first two came out, but when the third one came out, and they had the T-Rex was always like the apex predator, and then in the third one, it seems like there's something bigger than the T-Rex, and then the T-Rex is there, and then what they called the Spinosaurus came out.
Yeah.
Like that dinosaur with a huge spine, and it just killed the T-Rex, and then they had this whole other. I just remember there was one scene where the humans were able to sneak through a huge fence and go to the other side, and then the dinosaur just went and he just jumped right through it because it wasn't designed for him, and I enjoyed the two that they made after that as well.
Yeah, Jurassic World.
Jurassic World.
Yeah, because they bring back the T-Rex.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I've never seen any of those movies.
Yeah, Taka's saying, have you guys seen House of the Flying Daggers or Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon?
No, I've heard of those though.
Yeah,
I think I've seen part of.
I've definitely seen some of those growing
Yeah,
up. Yeah, they're awesome.
Yeah.
That reminds me of like martial art movies are fun.
Oh,
They're
dude,
awesome.
Don't get me started about martial arts movies. That's probably gonna be my whole list.
Yeah. Okay, what do you have on there? Give us one. I don't want to steal one of yours.
Have you guys seen Ip Man? Ip
Yeah.
Man is like basically revitalized, martial arts movies in like the modern era. Yeah, it's great. It feels very real. Very like when he punches someone, you feel that punch, which is great. Yeah, I remember watching Ip Man when it first came out, and I was like, this is awesome. This is amazing.
Yeah.
Have you seen Ip Man? I think they're
I've
actually
seen it.
4 now.
They it's unfortunate. By the way, shout out to Thrylos,
What's up?
who's in chat. It's unfortunate a little bit with Ip Man because I think it got a little commercialized
Yeah.
as it got successful. I think it's in Ip Man 3 where he actually fights like like I think it's like either Mike Tyson or John Foreman. Like he actually fights them. Yeah, like
Really?
he fights a boxer. Yeah, and it's kind of like
That's hilarious.
you kind of,
Why?
but it's okay. It's all good. But Ip Man is really good. It's another like sort of underdog, humble man,
Yeah.
right? Like kind of resisting, right, doing his thing kind of movie. It's worth
For sure.
watching for sure.
Yeah. Ian saying is yes, Ip Man is the best.
Nice.
Yeah. Chad Pasta saying the Great Wall. Funny story. Me and Jesse were actually looking into like almost watching it yesterday. We were like looking for a movie to watch.
Yeah, the Great Wall.
And like the Great Wall was one of the things we looked at. Yeah, but we haven't seen it. Taka saying I love martial arts movies. Yeah, so when I was a kid, I was actually I wasn't forced to, but my dad used to watch a lot of kung fu movies. So and I would watch with him. Yeah, just because like he was already watching it, so I basically was exposed to a lot of especially Shaolin movies as a kid. I don't remember like any of them, but I also used to wanted to be a Shaolin when I was a kid, so I'd always have like a shaved head.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, and pretend I was like a Shaolin monk.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So my buddy Ian in the chat, he'd have to tell you exactly what type of martial arts he does, but he like does martial arts.
That's
He's
awesome.
really, really good. I think he's like a
Nice.
black belt, or if there's anything about the black belt, he's
Wow.
probably that.
That's
But he's like pretty impressive.
Yeah.
And he's like used to go to a bunch of competitions on the weekends
What?
and like
Nice.
be involved with these masters who would come and like use him as like to help them demonstrate certain techniques. Anyways, really, really cool.
Yeah. So what Katie's saying, don't pick a fight in chat with Ian.
That's right. Watch out.
Yeah, watch out.
He also has the tech skills to
Yeah,
probably
there we
martial
go.
arts you somehow in the chat as well.
Yeah.
So
Oh man,
Yeah.
anyways, yeah, I can see why those
that
movies.
digital kung fu.
Yeah.
Digital, absolutely. Digital martial arts coming your way.
Matt Damon. I've watched it like 4 times, all in theaters. Wow, you must really love The Great Wall.
Yeah.
Oh, something I'm excited for, and I think it got pushed back because of this whole COVID thing is Mulan.
Oh,
yes.
Definitely.
That's an action movie. It's going to be an action movie.
Yeah, of course
I think
it
it's
is.
out.
Yeah, and
Is
I want to see the changes that they. Well, it's out in terms of you can watch it online.
Oh, but
Yeah, you can watch it
obviously
online.
Not in the theaters.
Yeah.
Oh,
can
that
watch
was
it
gonna
online.
be so cool to see in theaters.
Yeah.
Okay. We need to have a date
Mulan.
when all four of us when we can go to theaters and see Mulan.
Exactly.
That'd be
I
awesome.
hope they show the movies that that they have to.
Well, there'll probably
put
be
online.
a backlog in producing
For
the
sure.
new
Yeah.
ones. So probably in that time.
Or
That's true.
I hope.
there will be 30 movies out in theaters at one time.
Oh man.
Yes.
And that would be awesome. Can you imagine if movie theaters got so packed that movies were just boom, 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 one after another.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Every movie had 10 time slots, and you could see all those movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Save up your
packed.
scene points.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hannah
Save
saying,
your
but
scene
it's
points.
not a musical anymore.
Oh, really?
Mm.
Yeah, but that's
we're missing all the great songs
but
though.
that's almost okay because it will it'll remain it'll keep the purity
That's true.
of
That's true.
the original songs, right?
Yeah,
That'll be still be fun.
Yeah.
It
At
could-
least
Yeah.
if they ruin Mulan, it's not because they ruined the songs.
Yeah.
It could be kind of fun, given Disney Plus, etc., to watch the original and then watch the new one, watch
For sure.
and that could be fun for some of a lot of those Disney movies that have been coming out that way.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
So do you guys have another pick?
Oh yeah.
So
I got it. Go
yeah,
ahead, Katie. Yeah.
yeah, I think I have one actually. So Pirates of the Caribbean is one that sort. I think the first movie is the one I've seen the most.
Mm-hmm.
And I probably couldn't tell you very much about some of the later ones. I think they got a little bit lost on me.
Mhm.
But I loved the first movie, and I loved Johnny Depp in
Unreal.
Pirates of the Caribbean. Yeah, funny.
Who's Johnny Depp?
Funny action movie. Johnny Depp is pretty awesome.
No, Johnny Depp is pretty sweet.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
He's-
sure he got nominated for best actor.
Probably.
It
yeah.
was definitely one
Yeah.
of them. I'm not sure if it was, but that's how you know that
Yeah.
he's awesome. Because
Yeah.
that's an
Yeah.
action movie essentially.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
best actor for an action movie, which also a Disney movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Well, he looks like he's sunstroked 99% of the
Yeah.
time. But I guess that's part of the best acting.
That's true.
Yeah, I don't
Classics,
know. I don't know.
classics.
There's some some fun
Mhm.
action scenes
Yeah.
in those movies, where he's on this pinwheel thing, going through the woods,
Yes.
fighting people and
Yeah.
crushing people, and all the ways that he kind of ends up accidentally,
Mhm.
almost.
Yeah.
Kind of getting cleverly accidentally getting himself out of situations.
I think my favorite scene in that first one
Yeah.
is when he's on the boat and it literally just
Yeah.
sinks.
Oh yeah.
Just
As he's
sinks
coming
and
in.
he takes a step onto the dock.
That's iconic, dude. That's such
Yeah.
an iconic scene. It's
yeah,
so good.
totally.
That's so good. Chat Pasta says, I think there will be a rise in animated movies.
Oh, why do you think so?
Interesting.
Yeah, I want to hear more about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
What about you, Benson?
I think for me, a movie I saw in theaters that I really loved, and I'm really glad it's on Netflix right now, I'm pretty sure, is a movie that's also partially animated that I've talked about before called Ready Player One.
Ready Player One, nice.
Yeah, it has a lot of it has a lot of Easter eggs in it, right? So if you're kind of nerdy or into nerd culture, you can see a lot of characters that you love and things like that. And it's in this virtual world, right? Part of it takes place in a virtual world, which is cool because it allows for car chases, and explosions, and then at the very end, there's this big battle, this siege, and they have I love Gundam, so they have Gundams, and they have the Iron Giant, and it's just this mix and this mashup of favorite nerd culture, just being all together, and it's so cool. Yeah, I love Ready Player One as a movie.
Is it the type of movie where you're the character in the game? People kind of go into the
Yeah,
game?
so there's a character, there's a person, I forgot his name. By the way, shout out to Brandon Newman, who says, "Hi, hello, nice to meet you."
Hey.
Hello, Brendan. Welcome to our stream where we're talking about our favorite action movies. Yeah, Ready Player One. There's this kid who kind of plays this character in a game, a virtual world, right? And he, you get equipment and things like that. And he actually there's this sort of competition, and that's been unleashed, and he starts going on this journey of trying to find these Easter eggs, and there's like these basically
Nice.
this evil faction like trying to competing and trying to get him to stop finding them, but it's kind of like this. It's this like it's this movie about gamers, right? Playing a game, so it's fun. It's fun, yeah.
That's dope.
I think that was on our list of ones to watch. Like, we didn't end up watching it that night, but we should.
Ready Player One.
No, that's
I know. I've been meaning to, like, when they announced it, I was like, man, I gotta watch the book.
Have you not seen it?
Before seeing the movie. And I was like, I started reading the book, but then I got distracted. I didn't finish it, so I never watched the movie. Because I want to read the book first before watching the movie, but yeah. So, Brandon's asking, thank you, what's your channel about?
Well, this is Lunch Attack.
Yes.
So we have different things we do on the channel. We're streaming out of our church. So what we're doing right now is Lunch Attack. We meet from Monday to Friday? Tuesday to Friday. At lunchtime, Benson and Katie usually cook for us, and then we sit around and we have a topic. We've done topics such as favorite superheroes. Today is favorite action movies, so we'd love to hear what your favorite action movie is, like all time. We've done. What are some other topics that we've done for Lunch Attack?
We
books
did
to movies, board games.
Yeah, we did personality test yesterday. Yeah,
places you'd like to travel.
Exactly.
So we do this. Tuesday to Friday at 12. We also do a worship. We do music on Wednesday evening. If you want to check that out, that's later today, 4:00. We have our Sunday service that we do. We stream. We do live stream because I've kind of moved everything to the online platform.
Yes.
And we do morning brew where we meet up in the morning. Benson and the pastor of the church, Matt, and they share coffee and talk about the Bible and scripture and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Yeah. Glad to have you join us today for Lunch Attack.
For sure.
Do you have any favorite action movies so far? What have we mentioned so far? Men in Black,
Matrix.
Yep.
Mission Impossible, Pirates of the Caribbean,
Greatest of All Times, Seven Samurai,
Jurassic Park,
Ready Player One.
Ready Player One.
I think that's where we're
exactly. At. Yeah. This is a church channel, so on Sundays there's a service, I think, at 10:30 a.m., not 10 a.m.
10:30.
Yeah, 10:30, yeah. And then American accents, you're all talking like so fast. We're actually all Canadians.
We're Canadian.
Oh.
Yeah.
Based out of Toronto.
Canada.
Toronto, Ontario.
Yeah. So do you have another one, Shuli, on your list of all-time favorites action movies?
Oh man. I think. Have you guys seen District 9?
Yes.
Actually,
I think that was like when I saw that, I was like, man, this is so cool. It's so good.
Amazing.
Yeah, and it's not like it's super like action packed.
Yeah.
But once it gets going, it gets going fast, and it's just like, wow, this is awesome.
Yeah. Awesome concept too.
Yeah, very awesome concept.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to be making a list of like movies.
Yeah, District 9 there's aliens.
Yes.
Aliens.
It's actually about like the refugee crisis. But if aliens were refugees.
Yes. Yeah.
So aliens like came to Earth looking for like shelter, like looking to be like.
Would we accept them? Sort of.
Yeah.
Thing,
So there's
or
districts,
how?
and it's about this like alien in this District 9, and he's like a refugee, and then like and then like stuff happens right in the movie. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
One that's like it that I also really love, which is kind of niche, is a movie called Battle Los Angeles. That came out. I saw it in theaters. I was kind of interested in it, and I don't know why. I really love this movie. Yeah. It's about sort of like ordinary soldiers, like men and women of the armed forces in America, and it actually is based off a sort of like real thing that happened, where like basically like people in Los Angeles got this alarm.
Yeah.
Think like an Amber Alert, right? It was on radio, on TV.
Yeah.
That apparently like people saw something in the sky, and they thought it was like an alien invasion. Right. So in real life, like, you know, there's conspiracy theories, whatever.
Yeah.
But in this movie, that actually happened. In this movie, it's like, what if like aliens actually attacked Los Angeles?
What?
Right.
Wow.
So it's like about these soldiers who are like deployed to like try and fight these aliens, and it's really cool because like they don't know anything about them at first, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
It's like so they're like trying to learn things about the aliens as they go. They're trying to learn how to like defeat them. They're like much more high tech. Yeah, and it's about the actor who actually plays Harvey Dent.
Nice.
in The Dark
Yeah.
Knight.
That's
He's
awesome.
actually the main
Yeah, yeah.
character.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So it's actually like about So it's actually about this team of soldiers who are navigating like ruined Los Angeles, trying to figure out what these aliens
so
are,
cool.
what they want, and what they're about, and how to beat them. And it's really cool.
Yeah.
It's really cool. I really like that movie.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Brandon Newman saying, I love Mission Impossible, but you've already mentioned that.
Oh, good.
No,
Yeah,
no worries.
that's
We can
all
still
right.
talk about it. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can tell us
Oh,
why.
yeah.
Why do you love Mission Impossible? What about that movie, right?
And why it is not like Men in Black.
Yeah.
Anyway, I
Yeah.
got the two mixed up. Once upon a
So
time.
good.
That's definitely a classic. And there was one that came out just a few years ago, I think.
Yeah,
Right?
really good. Yeah, the new ones are pretty good.
Yeah.
I think called Ghost Protocol or something.
Yeah.
Yes.
The new ones are pretty cool.
Tom Cruise.
And that's actually a movie I would like to see again, like a series I'd like
Yeah.
to see again from the beginning.
Ooh.
I remember finding it really captivating the first time watching it, but I don't remember a lot of the finer details anymore, so it's probably means it's a good time to start watching it again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Kind of on the topic of Battle LA
Yeah.
and District 9.
Yeah.
Another one that I loved was Independence Day. Is
Oh.
it Independence Day or Independence? No, it's Independence Day.
There's a new
I
one they
haven't seen
made though.
Independence Day.
Yeah, the old
You
No,
one.
haven't
either.
seen it? Oh, it's
I love
iconic.
Will Smith, in case you haven't noticed.
It's iconic.
Wait, who's Will Smith?
Jeff Goldblum. He's also from Jurassic Park.
yeah,
Yeah,
just
so-
love that.
There we
Those
go.
two together were just so good. And
Yeah, Independence
essentially
Day is
what it
great.
is
It's okay,
Lost
keep
your
talking.
camera.
essentially
but,
what it is
coming back.
the much like District 9 and Battle LA, this huge like fleet of alien ships fills the sky, and they don't really know what's going on. And a lot of people are like, the aliens are here, you know, they're gonna take us with you. And there's a bunch of people standing at the top of a building,
Okay.
and then there's just this scene where you don't know if they're good or bad, and then they just blow up the building, like
Yeah.
completely just and then it's like, oh, we're in a war.
Yeah, I
right?
guess this is bad.
And then
Yeah,
they
yeah, for sure.
they I just like my favorite scene in it was Will Smith kind of crashes an alien ship and opens it, and the alien pops up and he punches him in the head, and he said like, how's that for a close encounter?
Right.
Something like that. And Jeff Goldblum
awesome.
is like the brains of the operation.
Nice.
And they end up like kind of beating the aliens. And,
He's such a character.
yeah.
No,
They're
No, that's
spoiler,
awesome.
spoiler alert,
Yeah,
spoiler
yeah.
alert.
No, that's
Sorry.
awesome.
The
Spoilers.
aliens don't win.
Yeah, no.
Well,
maybe next time.
We'll see.
We'll
You'll
see.
You have to see. You have to watch the movie.
Yeah.
What about natural disaster type action movies?
Oh.
Like I was sort of thinking
Like
like the
Twister?
day after tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, Twister.
Yeah, I love The Day After Tomorrow.
Yeah.
I forgot about that movie.
Yeah.
That's a good
With
one.
Jake
I think-
Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
It's funny because like the action is actually not even just like people against people, right? Or people against aliens, I guess. But it's like against the elements,
Yeah.
cold, or like whenever I see those giant tidal waves coming, even on the screen, like something in my heart sinks.
Yeah.
Like very deep. I don't know. I just like I
Mm.
can't imagine being faced with this like wall of water
Yeah.
coming towards you and
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
what are you gonna do?
That's a good point. What
Yeah.
are some other good natural disasters? Like there's 2012, the movie.
Yeah,
Oh
2012.
man.
Which
Oh,
came out.
2012.
There's
Yeah.
a movie with Tommy Lee Jones, who's also in Men in Black, called Volcano,
Really?
where they're in San Francisco or something,
Mhm.
and like a volcano just comes out of the ground,
Oh,
Wow.
that's wild.
and it just destroys everything.
Wow.
Nice.
Those are lots of fun. The natural disaster
They actually
ones,
are because it
Yeah.
becomes like survival
'cause- Yeah,
plus action plus like a lot of other things. It's
Yeah, yeah.
interesting.
yeah. The Day After Tomorrow was a good one. That one was essentially
Yeah,
the
yeah, no,
Ice
that
Age.
was really good.
Yeah, it was.
I remember
Everything's
that.
frozen.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
They're in this library. They have to like rip apart books
Yeah.
to stay warm.
Yeah. Takir is saying World War Z is epic.
Yeah.
In it.
Oh, I remember that
World
one.
War
That's a good
World
one.
War Z
Yeah,
is
the
Yeah, yeah.
with Brad
Yeah.
Pitt
Yeah.
and the zombies.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
World War Z.
Yes.
Great movie.
That was a good one.
Impossible. That's a good tsunami movie.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sharknado.
Hand us over with
Sharknado.
that Sharknado.
Have you ever seen
Oh
Sharknado?
my! I've never seen.
I watched like
Sharknado.
10 minutes of it.
There's way back. I don't know if you remember this, Shuli, like 8 years ago when I was not 55 years old.
Yes. Yes.
Back when you were 50.
Back when I was 50.
yeah. When you were 58 years ago. And you're not 55.
Do you remember when we were in our buddy's basement and
Uh-huh.
we were watching black and white movies
Yeah.
and we watched like the original Godzilla?
Yes, I do remember
Oh
that.
my goodness.
Yeah, there was this one point.
Talk
where
about
Godzilla-
lame, like
It's
crazy,
so cool.
Yeah.
like oh my goodness.
Dude in a suit.
Yeah. Oh,
Pretty
dude,
much,
it's so
dude.
funny, dude.
Yeah.
How about the Planet of the Apes?
Oh,
the
yeah.
like old
Oh,
original.
I
Like
remember
that
that.
is.
I like those.
That's similar. That's
Yeah.
like people in monkey suits.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh
It's
my
so
God.
good.
Before
for the CGI.
Dude, shout out to Godzilla though.
The
Yeah.
new ones?
I was watching the one, it was on TV the other night from like '98
Oh,
Yeah,
dude, that
yeah,
one's
yeah.
so good.
with
Yeah, that's great.
Matthew Broderick.
Yeah, that one's so good.
That one's
Yeah.
wicked.
Yeah.
I was watching it, and then they made another one a few years ago.
Yeah, they have a
And then they
couple new
made
ones.
King of Monsters,
Yeah.
which came out like last year. or the year
Which I
before.
want to watch.
Yeah,
that
Yeah, I
sounds
need to watch
great.
that one.
Yeah,
Anyone's-
in the older Godzilla, I remember watching it. When we were Vince and I were watching it, and literally there were shots of fighter planes,
Yeah.
right, in the air, right, going one way, and literally like 2 scenes later, it's the same ones flipped.
It's just a flip
Just
shot.
flipped.
Going the other way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
going the other way. Yeah, it's the same exact
Oh.
shot.
That was
That's
probably
funny.
ingenious.
It's so good. It's
Genius.
such a great time. Yeah, there's this one part where Godzilla does like what do you call this? Like a jump kick.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Oh,
it
yeah?
just, it goes like where Godzilla kind of like just jumps, goes like horizontally and like flies in a horizontal
Yeah.
way, like kicking like the monster. It was
That's
so-
hilarious.
That's
It's so
great.
good.
Even that one, even King Kong a few years ago, they made like the Skull Island one or whatever.
Yeah.
But then they made one in like maybe 2005, 2006 with
I
Jack
think so.
Black.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was like 4 hours long.
my
But
gosh.
I like that one. I like
Yeah.
I like King Kong. I mentioned in the beginning that I like dumb action movies.
Yeah.
I watched another one maybe last year or the year before called The Meg.
The Meg.
Oh yeah, I heard it's
Which-
good.
I love
heard it's
shark
decent,
movies.
dude.
Deep Blue Sea
What
was
is
one of my
that?
favorite movies growing up with Samuel L. Jackson when they're
Oh,
they're
yeah.
stuck on a sinking
I
boat
wanna
with like
watch that.
mutant sharks.
Nice.
Oh.
I love shark movies. The Meg is everything you would expect it to be.
Oh,
it's,
dude.
it's Jason Statham
Jason.
Jason.
And-
Oh man.
and it's
I want to see that now.
oh man, it's
Yeah,
so
It's
stupid.
like a giant shark.
yeah, but
That's
it's
awesome.
it's like a super so they finally
Wait,
catch.
are you scared of sharks?
Oh, I'm terrified of
You're
them.
terrified of
Yeah,
sharks.
I'm
That explains
terrified
a
of
lot.
sharks.
Uh,
And there's just this scene in it where they finally kill the Meg, and they have the Megalodon,
No,
and
no,
they
no,
have
no,
him
no.
on top of the right on top of the boat,
No, I don't want to hear
and
this.
they're like,
I
"We
have
got
one.
him, yeah!" And then a Megalodon 4 times the size comes out of the water and
nice.
grabs that one
Oh man.
and just wrecks the whole boat. And
Wow.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
oh man, I love me.
Ian's
so much.
asking, did anyone mention Die Hard yet?
No, not
Katie,
yet.
No.
Katie was gonna mention Die
I think
Yeah,
that was
that's
one of your
true.
picks.
Yeah, that was definitely it's interesting how the first one's kind of like a Christmas movie,
Mm.
I guess. But yeah, I like really enjoy the first Die Hard movie.
Would you guys say that Die Hard is the best Christmas movie of all time?
No,
What's
but
your favorite Christmas movie?
that's a great question. Maybe like the Home Alone.
Is
movies.
that another topic right
Home,
there?
Home Alone?
That's another topic
Home
right
Alone.
there.
F-
Home
favorite
Alone
what? Sure.
1 and 2.
Mm.
Favorite what?
Christmas movie.
Oh yeah, for sure. We'll have to do favorite holiday movies.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
we'll have to do for
Yeah,
sure.
for sure.
Die Hard's a classic. Bruce Willis,
Oh,
he's so good.
wow.
Oh yeah, Hannah Silver says Rainn Wilson, who is
From The Office.
yeah, he was in the Meg.
He was the bad guy.
He was the
Really?
bad guy. Dwight was the bad guy.
Dwight Schrute
Oh
was
man,
was the evil
That's a scary bad
scientist.
guy.
or
What?
whatever.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Oh
awesome.
man, that's so funny.
Wow.
Yeah, that.
How good / bad is this movie?
Oh man, it's exact. If whatever you're thinking, people at home, of what you expect this movie to be, you are 100% right. 100% right. There's a moment where Dwight Rainn Wilson finally dies. I don't expect anyone here to watch it.
I'm going to watch it, but now you're
Well,
telling me
yeah, it's
everything.
the whole story, yeah.
Yeah,
You've
and
given it all
Stop
away.
spoiling everything.
I
I think
can
he's
open
on
my ears
the
for
Oh,
the
no.
body of the dead Meg, and then the real Meg comes out and bites right beside him, and he's like, "Oh, whew." And then it comes and bites him right after. Oh man.
Are you done?
I'm done. I'm not
Oh,
gonna.
man.
No more
Alright.
spoilers. Out
Chad Pasta
Wel-
says
welcome-
Chicken Wings is a great fake movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome to Lunch Attack, where we spoil your favorite movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Olivia Neal says, "Hey guys, Jody Grandma is here watching, but she can't live chat. But she said hi.
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 Hello.
Oh, Coffee's grandma. Okay, Coffee's grandma. Oh, Thryla says, "Have you seen Robin Hood with Jamie Foxx and Taron Egbert?" I have.
Ooh.
I have seen the new Robin Hood.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen the new one, but I like the Robin Hood story.
It's pretty decent. Yeah. I think if you're as long as you're not expecting like an Oscar-worthy performance, it's a good time. That kind of reminds you like the new King Arthur as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where you can find an Oscar-worthy performance is in the animated Robin Hood.
Oh.
Absolutely.
That's great.
Absolutely.
Animated
There's an
Robin
animated
Hood.
Are you talking about like the one with the fox?
That's right.
Yes,
Oh,
yeah.
man.
That's right.
Oh, that's great.
That is-
That's
a childhood classic.
childhood
for me.
classic right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I when I was a kid, I used to watch a lot of Robin Hood movies and King Arthur.
Yeah.
Anything King Arthur,
What about
I would
Three
like watch.
Musketeers?
Oh yes.
Yeah. Three Musketeers.
There was a really old Three Musketeer movie that
The
I
one
really
with the
loved.
Iron Mask?
Yeah.
I don't remember. I
The
see
Man
like
in the
there was a
Iron Mask.
fourth Musketeer,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Olivia said she said she wanted to love the zombie topic. She knows all about zombie types. Yeah, so we did an episode where we were what we would do in a zombie apocalypse.
That's right.
And it was actually really fun. We kind of got to like role play a bit, right? We
Yeah,
had
we
the
played a
unnamed
whale.
father.
Yeah.
Yeah, we saved the unnamed father. It was
Well,
great.
yeah, you barely let him in. Once
Yeah,
you
we
figured
barely
out
let
he
him
was
in,
useful.
but yeah, it kind of showed our personalities as well as people. Yeah, which was really nice. It was great. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Jenna Palmer, what do y'all think about Tarantino stuff?
Definitely a very unique style.
Yeah.
Wow.
Tarantino. He's a very creative writer, I would say. He's got some really interesting, really like interesting stuff, I think.
It's a spectacle.
Yeah.
It is a spectacle, absolutely.
I would say, I was hesitating to say this because I know I'm gonna receive some judgment,
Oh boy.
but there's no shame in my game. I don't care. I don't care what people think about me. Came out in 2007, so I was 12, maybe 13. I loved it because my favorite band, Linkin Park, did the soundtrack. My twin, Shia LaBeouf, is starring in it.
Oh,
I know.
Oh.
No,
It's called Transformers. I grew up loving the Transformers cartoons, Beast Wars, Beasties, everything. I love Transformers. So when I finally got to see that live action and just so well animated, I was like, I loved it. The first three had Shia LaBeouf. It's the first one, and then the second one is Revenge of the Fallen, and then Dark of the Moon. And I think it was in Dark of the Moon is like this scene that's like probably my all-time favorite scene in any movie.
Really?
Are you gonna spoil it again?
100%. Cover your ears, Katie. So, I've showed this to Shuli. I've watched this scene like 30 times, and it's right at the end, and Megatron is like, "Admit it, Prime, you need me, Optimus Prime," and he's like, "Well, where would you be without me?" And Optimus Prime looks at him. He's like, "Time to find out." And then like this like
that's
mouth
awesome.
guard like thing goes king, and then he just fights him, and it's so man,
It's so
I love
good.
Optimus Prime.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah. I'm a huge OP fan.
Yes.
I just put the two and two together. OP, maybe it really means
Optimus
Optimus
Prime.
Prime instead of
That is so
overpowered.
OP.
It's not. It's
No,
it's
it's
so
Optimus
Optimus Prime.
It's Optimus
Exactly.
Prime.
Someone
Yeah.
calls it
Definitely.
OP. It's Optimus Prime. Take it
Yeah,
as a
that's
compliment.
what we've been referring to all the time.
Yes.
The
Yes.
epitome of a leader.
Yeah. There we
Optimus
go.
Prime.
Yeah. Olivia Neo says, ha. Grandma said, tell Benson that he looks like a DJ. Yeah. Well, not anymore because.
Yeah, not anymore.
Yeah, but the
because I'm off
earphones
camera.
on.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. DJ Benson in the house,
Yeah.
in charge of our music.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any other picks?
Oh my Lanta.
I think-
Well, it's already sort of been mentioned, but I think Lord of the Rings would classify.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah,
the
definitely.
Lord
It's
of
like
the Rings
action
series
adventure.
Most
would
definitely.
classify as like
Yeah.
an action-y type movie
Mhm.
for sure. Yeah. I think one of my favorite Lord of the Rings scenes out of all three of them, and it's not even going to give you a spoiler
Okay.
because.
Thank you.
You're
Someone
welcome.
reasonable
You're welcome.
in
If
this.
any of you have
group
actually
of-
not
yeah.
seen Lord of the Rings
Yes.
right now, you can watch it without having to worry about being,
Yes.
having things ruined for you right now.
Mhm.
It's the scene. So there's an elf Legolas and there's a dwarf Gimli, and they're pretty much constantly like bickering about who's killed the most like enemies.
Yeah.
So they try like they in every major battle they get like this competition going where it's like, oh, I got 23, and then like Legolas is like, oh, this one's 24, and like they fight, and so
I love how they sound like that.
yeah.
That's pretty much what they sound.
Accurate.
24.
Yeah.
25.
And Gimli's like, oh, he was already dead. And Legolas was like, he was twitching. And Gimli's like, that's because he has my axe embedded in his limbic system. Anyways, it's not even that bit. But there's this one bit where there's like this giant like elephant thing that has like 30 dudes on it or something. And Legolas like scales it, and he's like shooting one there and like untying the rope here so the whole thing falls off and they're all dead. And then he like slides, like once he's like killed the elephant and like everyone on it, he slides like gracefully down the trunk and lands in front of Gimli. And Gimli's like, that still only counts as one.
It's just,
Anyways, that's one of my
great
favorite
scene.
little action
That's
bits in
amazing.
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lord of the Rings definitely has a lot of action.
Mm-hmm.
It's like spaced out, but I think there's like
But it's so good. And
their
it's
fight
so
scenes
epic.
and war scenes
Yes.
are really really
Yeah.
good.
I think that's a great pick.
Yeah. You guys have any other ones that
All right.
you'd like to mention?
Here's my thing. I was like, I love the reboot for Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield. Because I love Andrew Garfield.
Me too, man.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Like, I know objectively those movies aren't as great, but I love it just because of Andrew Garfield. Yeah, I think I watched a movie. I watched this movie of Andrew Garfield. It was like a romantic movie. Well, it wasn't a romantic comedy. It was actually pretty. It was just a romantic movie, and he just like acted so well. That's like, man, I love his acting. Yeah,
he's great.
And so like when those came out, I was like all for it. I was already sold. Yeah.
I liked him a lot as Spider-Man.
Yeah. He's
Yeah,
great.
Spider-Man would probably be a pick for me too. I liked because when I was a kid, it was the ones with Tobey Maguire.
Yes.
The first three.
Tobey Maguire.
And I think the first one was just unbelievable.
Oh yeah.
With the Green Goblin.
Yeah.
Like with great power comes great responsibility,
Yes.
and when he's finding out his powers, and I won't spoil it for you in case you haven't
I
seen it.
have not seen it, thank you.
But I would say Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I think even
Hey,
like
Spider-Man's uncle dies.
Oh, come on.
yeah. Uncle Ben dies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It's just a heads up before
I
you
know
watch.
Peter Parker gets bit by a spider,
Yeah.
by
I
a
thought so.
radioactive spider, and
Yeah.
turns into a superhero.
In a well, right?
Yeah, in
As
a
a
while.
kid.
Yeah.
I know well as a kid.
In a while, yeah, exactly. Yeah, you don't need to watch the movie. You already know the history. You know the lore.
Yeah. Meg dies at the end.
No. Just no.
All you need to know is that they kill the megalodon. In the That's all you need to know.
All you
Well, they
need
kill
to
one
know.
of them. They
Yeah.
kill the mini one.
Yeah.
Oh, look at the time.
Yeah.
Next topic.
You guys got to see the megalodon. That's so stupid.
I don't know.
I can't get
don't know
over
if
it.
I can anymore.
So check it out. The bottom of the Marianas Trench is not actually the bottom. It's a thin layer of gas that goes deeper.
Oh.
And that's where they discover the megalodon. I just got reminded of another movie, Pacific Rim.
Pacific
Oh,
Rim!
yeah, Pacific
Let's go!
Pacific Rim is this movie where there's these creatures that come from the depth.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's like another beneath the ocean's actually a portal to another world with giant
Yeah.
creatures.
That's amazing.
And like massive, like Godzilla, like destroy cities. So what the humans have decided to do is to create just as massive robots.
Robots!
That's their
that people
defense.
pilot
It's so
to
good.
fight
Under
these.
the water.
Sometimes.
Like
Usually in the
ocean.
water. Like
Yeah.
they're bigger
Yeah.
than the ocean.
And the cool thing is, like each country had
Had
like their own mech.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, that was
That's cool.
awesome.
Given the kind of craziness of the depths of the ocean, it's almost surprising there's not more movies made
Yeah.
that
With that
involve
concept.
wild
It's true.
underwater
Yeah.
creatures, like from the very depth of the depth.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like there's so little that we know. The ocean just I don't know, it fascinates me because it's kind of almost like outer space. Like
Yeah.
there's just no idea to a certain extent what's down there, like what's
Yeah,
out
for
there
sure.
once
Yeah.
you hit a certain level. Like we just haven't even been able to explore that far yet. So like, there's lots of like potential fodder for imagination.
Yeah, there's another movie that kind of flirts with that idea. It's called Cloverfield. If you guys have seen Cloverfield, it's essentially a giant creature that comes out of the water and just destroys.
The cool thing about that is they don't even show
how it
looks.
Yeah.
Right.
Sure.
Or where it even really came from.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Cloverfield is a really good one. Like with that concept. But yeah, Pacific Rim's hilarious because they're literally like Rock'em Sock'em robots.
Oh yeah.
Like you know those things that are like this, like as a kid, like they're just giant robotic. It's like every 8-year-old's dream.
Yeah. It's so goofy.
In a movie, but it was really cool. And you needed like 2 people to pilot it, I think.
Sometimes 3, yeah.
Sometimes 3, and they needed to be like
in sync
mentally, like they needed to have like chemistry or something like that.
Yeah, so amidst this, giant monsters, giant robots, there's a boy and there's a girl. And in Pacific Rim.
Yeah.
Well, that's in the trailer.
I know, but who knows how far you're gonna go?
No, I wasn't gonna go anywhere further.
Yeah. There's a really cool scene with Idris Elba where he gives like a speech, and he says, and he's screaming, and he's like, "We're canceling the apocalypse."
Yeah.
We're canceling the apocalypse.
Yeah.
We need it
Nice.
these days. We need someone
I
to say
remember
that.
that.
Right now.
That was a good line. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good line.
Yeah. What movie was that from?
That's Pacific Rim.
That's Pacific Rim.
Right before he goes and sacrifices himself. Here on Lunch Attack, we spoil all movies any time of day.
Yes.
You
If
did
need
that on
a
purpose.
movie spoiled, just come on in.
Yeah.
You
We spoil a movie every
did that
single
on
5 seconds. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Well, I didn't tell you how it ends.
Who chooses these topics?
Yeah. I'm not the only one who spoils movies then.
Yeah.
Yeah. See. He's technically spoiled more than I have.
Yeah, I spoiled like
Oh, he's just
4
having
or 5
fun now.
different movies today.
He's just enjoying it now. Only way too much.
Yeah. What else have you not seen, Katie?
Oh,
Yeah.
almost everything.
You've seen the movie Inception?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I have.
That's kind of like an action movie.
That's true.
Right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Psychological.
Yeah, we didn't watch a lot of like media growing up, so I've had to like catch up a lot on movies and stuff since becoming an adult.
Yeah, for sure.
That's interesting. Yeah, I think like superhero movies kind of count too. Another one that comes to mind for me is like X-Men. That was my favorite, as a kid. And Guardians of the Galaxy is another really good action movie.
Yeah.
It's not just about like one superhero. It's more of like a team of people and lots of like fighting and stuff like that.
What I really like actually in terms of like superhero movies, a great action one is The Winter Soldier.
Like Captain America.
Yes.
Yeah.
And like it's not even like it's a better like action movie than it is like a superhero movie. You know what I mean? It's like it's a good movie even if it wasn't a superhero movie.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I actually enjoyed the Captain America story movie.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah.
So.
Civil War was pretty good too, right?
Oh yeah.
Civil War is really good. Yeah.
Captain America Civil War.
Yeah.
Jenna Palmer says, "I'm with you, Katie."
So I've ruined it for multiple people.
Thank you.
today.
Yes.
Thank you, Jesse.
Yes.
I apologize, Jenna.
It's okay. Any movie that Jesse has spoiled, except for Pacific Rim, like probably not worth watching.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, you're not missing much with the Meg.
with the Meg, yeah. Pacific Rim, you're not there for the plot. You're there for the mech,
100%.
right? For the mech fighting these giant.
Some of us might be there for the plot.
Well then, I'm sorry. Well then. Okay.
Well, we're sorry.
Well then.
Awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez.
But yeah, you're not missing much. Don't worry.
Yeah. Have you seen the ending of Men in Black, Katie?
I don't remember it.
But the newest.
I'm
like
not
the
sure,
third
but
one?
I'm pretty sure there's probably other people who would rather that you don't.
No,
spoil
well, I'll
it
tell
for
you.
them.
It's really cool.
I'm sure you will. Wait.
Yeah. Jenna's saying, I think my brain can only handle so much media-wise. Just starting all the Marvel/Avengers film now.
Nice.
Oh, man.
That's a treat. In
It
like
is.
quarantine.
Exactly.
True.
And especially like because has there been one out since the last one?
An Avengers? or a superhero?
Yes, the new Spider-Man. Spider-Man Far From Home.
Oh yeah, but only that one, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so there's a really nice sort of accumulation that ends sort of really neatly, with Infinity War, right?
How
Infinity
does
War,
it
and
end?
then
No.
what's it called? What's it called after Infinity War?
Endgame.
Endgame.
Yeah. After Endgame, it's kind of like a really nice sort of. So this is a great time to catch up on.
It is.
On all the Marvel Avenger films. Yeah, and they're good.
Let's let her enjoy them.
And it is a treat to be able to have not seen them because you're gonna jump into a whole new world.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Especially that part in Infinity War where.
Yeah, that part right at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a great part.
Exactly. Yeah. No. Yeah. Infinity War, I would say, is like probably it's solid. It's great.
No, it's a great
It's
action
one of my
movie.
favorite. Story-wise, one of my favorite. I guess superhero movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then Endgame has the highest of highs. That's how I describe it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Like, sure,
It's true.
Infinity War is the better story and it's the better movie overall, but Endgame's like high is like up here.
Through the roof.
Yeah, it's through the roof. It's like it's great.
Do you want to know why they call it Endgame?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, don't spoil it.
To be honest, I do not.
Yeah, there we go.
Anyway,
So funny.
thank you so much, guys, for joining us.
Yeah, that's a
we're
great.
gonna
Wait,
cut
have
it.
we reached Endgame?
We're gonna cut it
This is- yeah.
before I spoil anything else for anybody
Yeah.
and make any more enemies. Thanks so much for joining us for our Wednesday edition of Lunch Attack. We're just gonna ask you can drop a like on the stream. We'd really appreciate it. We're also going live back again at 4 p.m. Benson and I are gonna be playing some music,
Yes.
some worship songs. If you guys would like to join and kind of sing along at home, we're gonna be back tomorrow at noon.
Yes. What's our topic?
Is interesting foods, right?
Yeah, interesting / weird foods.
Interesting
Ooh,
/
like
weird foods
weird
that we've
food
had or that we would like to have.
Weird
Oh.
foods.
So for the foodies out there, people maybe that have done some traveling, that have tried some really exotic stuff, it'd be really cool if you can come back and join us and let us know, because I haven't tried much personally. So
We should-
You've had a lot of craft dinner.
I had a lot of craft dinner, a
5
lot of
days a week.
pizza,
Yeah.
a lot of pizza pops.
We'll save some
and-
for tomorrow.
A lot of
and
donuts.
burgers. A lot of donuts.
Save some of your things for tomorrow.
But thank you so much for joining us today, and we'd love to have you come back tomorrow at noon. So have a good night, everybody.
Right.
Have a good
Bye.
day.
Bye.
Hopefully see you at 4.
Bye.